Tuesday, about 30 minutes before US session opens, and today I will be featuring Breakout Hunter. This indicator identifies areas of accumulation and distribution, and based on that generates a long or a short signal once price confirms. It is based on Richard Wyckoff's theory of price movement. Wyckoff, of course, was one of the founding fathers of technical analysis. He did very well for himself in the early 1900s. He had a financial publication. In any case, this indicator is based on his idea of accumulation and distribution. It is an area where price appears to go sideways in the case of accumulation before going up, or in the case of distribution it's going sideways before moving down. So you want to be long during accumulation, you want to be short during distribution. That's what this does for you. Now, as you can see, I am on a 1 minute chart, and I don't think it's an appropriate time frame for today. Why do I say that? Well, yesterday was a very sideways day. I kind of suspected it might be because we're coming off a Thanksgiving weekend, right? So yesterday was very sideways. So far overnight, it has been very sideways price action. So what this tells me is that I need to use a lower time frame. So you don't see it here, but I do have other charts running, and I'm going to decide between using a 2 or a 300 tick chart. So those are obviously much smaller charts, and that would give me an opportunity to get into a move before most of the move happened, right? Because during low volatility we could have a very quick move that then fizzles out and price goes the other way. I am very often asked, probably one of the most asked question when people email me is, could you give me a perfect time frame for such and such indicator? The problem is there is no such thing. It all is price action dependent or volatility dependent. Because this changes, maybe not on daily basis, but fairly often, there is no such thing as a perfect time frame. What you should do, at least what I do, is I have a number of charts that I look at and decide based on previous day or maybe even overnight action what seems to be most consistent. And the 1 minute yesterday and so far overnight really has not been that great because of the lower volatility. Now, during even average volatility, I think the 1 minute would be fine, but not today. So that's how I decide on time frame. So right, there was no such thing as perfect time frame. You can only try and mimic the volatility that you are given, that the market is giving us. By the way, I always forget to ask, could you please, if you find any of this helpful, if you can please leave me a like. That's just lets NINZA Co know that if nothing else, you find me entertaining, right? If you don't get anything else out of this. So yes, just please leave me a like. So I'm gonna start at 9:30 or maybe a bit after 9:30, let things come down a little bit. Probably going to be a different chart than a 1 minute chart. Of course, I will be trading my PA account, and most likely there is not going to be any commentary for the first hour, hour and a half, and that's because I am running a Discord group, so I'll be communicating with them. But maybe after 11 o'clock, if I'm still trading, I'll say a few things then. What else? You should know that I am using default settings here. So there are lots of ways to customize this, but I don't want to get into a discussion of which settings are best. So to avoid that, I am using out-of-the-box settings as they come. As I said though, I probably will change the time frame, and I will know better as we get closer to the session open and after a few minutes of session open. This will tell me which chart would work best given the volatility we have today.
Target filled. Target filled. Target filled.
All right, I'm a bit late here on this one, but I think I'll take it. I like it. I'm gonna take this trade. I'm gonna put my stop slightly below, I guess here. So again, given the time it is, gonna be just scalping now. A few points. Here is the signal from the breakout hunter, right over here. Was actually having lunch, took a quick look and saw the signal and decided to restart the recording and take this trade. I like it. I like the fact that we basically retested the low here. Now, in reality, you can get more than just 12 ticks here. Again, I'm doing this because of the time it is, but it should come to at least here, I imagine, this pivot over here. So you could try for more. And then, of course, there was this one. Just this is not my favorite time to trade, and so I'll just take a quick scalp.
Target filled.
Okay, so target filled here, but again, there is more. I mean, they should come to at least here, if not here, and then if they start breaking out of here, well then it could be quite a nice runner. But again, given the time, I just don't like trading at this time. So my ATMs are always have much lower targets, profit targets during this time. Normally I don't even trade this time, but since I am doing this video, I feel that I have to. So I'm just gonna wait for the next signal. Once again, it appears I'm a bit late on this signal. I'm gonna try and catch it. I think it's a good long over here. We're in a breakout situation, but again, gonna go for really small
target filled.
Here we go. So yeah, I mean, a bit slow today, definitely choppy, but the signals were very solid signals throughout the day. Kind of looking back, right? So identified long conditions, long breakouts, managed to stay away from any short trades during this nice run up. Unfortunately, no short signal here, but it is what it is. And finally, a nice breakout to the upside. Notice it began to draw a bearish square here, but because price went the other way, there was no short signal, no long signal either, but at least no short signal. So that's how it handles uncertain situations. So, what time is it now? Yep, a bit after 1 o'clock. So there is still time. If there was another signal, I might take another signal. But very nice and solid day, considering really overall a very choppy day for the Nasdaq. But even here, still breakout hunter finds some good opportunities. So now we're getting a bearish box. So to get a short signal, price needs to close below the bottom here. So let's see if we can finally catch a short here. Here we go. Yeah, so the stop needs to be like pretty much where this is at. This is good, I think.
Target filled.
Here we go. Here is another one. So again, not huge targets during this time of day. But still, even a bunch of small targets still add up quite a bit. So where could this go? Well, obviously here is the first area where this trade could go to, but that's very close. Possibly here, right? Do they need to retest this swing again? They might want to do that. But it's just that for this time of day, I think small targets are fine. That doesn't mean that you need to stop at a small target. It just means if the volatility is not there, you can only take what the market is willing to give. So I think that's going to be it for me for today. So I will show my rhythmic dashboard a bit later. And I really enjoy trading it. Very clear. You know ahead of time when to expect a trade because you see a box being drawn. You know ahead of time if it might be a short or a long signal depending on the color of the box. And overall, very friendly, very easy to trade. All right, my computer clock, rhythmic clock, the account used today, the total. So yeah, I really enjoyed trading Breakout Hunter. If you are a breakout trader, if you like Wyckoff's approach of accumulation and distribution, the whole idea that price will go up or down based on supply and demand, this is a good indicator to work with. There is not much here. It doesn't crowd your chart. It's pretty much just one signal, and you know ahead of time if there's going to be a signal, what kind of a signal will it be. All right, so again, please leave me a like, make sure you are subscribed. Thank you all, and I'll see you next time.